All right, guys, good morning. Oh my Lord Jesus. Day 11. Day freaking 11. Can't believe it. So excited. Y'all, we are halfway done. Like, can y'all just type in the chat like a word you're feeling right now? Y'all know what my word gonna be. Because I already told y'all. Because, oh, that is a really good word. So, oh my gosh, y'all words are gonna make me cry. So, excuse me this morning, everyone who is watching the replay. I have not been feeling the best, so my voice may go in and out, but bear with me. Um, Thank you for sure. Okay. Thank you for showing up again, day 11, and coming with a clear mind and clear head. So you guys know how I get started is my 6 deep breaths, my 3 deep breaths. If we need 6 deep breaths, we need to start over. Okay, so center yourself, close your eyes, rid yourself of all distractions if possible, and we're going to take 3 deep breaths. Okay, with your eyes still closed, today's manifest is about not overthinking and relaxation. Like, how dope is that? Especially halfway through when a new month has started, new goals have been set, and your headspace should be a little bit better, but if not, we're going to help you get there. So, you guys can open your eyes. I want you guys to just remember this is your safe, calm place, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So, at the very top, the date, the title, Stop Overthinking and Relax. And then we're going to start with 6 things that we are grateful for. Okay, so when when I came up with this one topic, it hit home for me personally because how many of us, and you could put a 1 in the chat if this is you, how many of us overthink at least 3 to 4 things every single day? It could be something as simple as you're going to wake up and make coffee and you're overthinking, like, wait, I gotta make coffee. Do I have everything that I need? Because if I don't, I need to put it all together. Just a small little simple minute things. And I've learned that when I start to go into overthink mode, it trickles onto everything else. I make coffee, it trickles onto, okay, now clean up. And now, what are you doing after you clean up? And honestly, I feel like it's so draining when you overthink stuff. Like, you could be in such a great mood and you're like, okay, I'm going to go and do blah, 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 blah. And you go to do it and you overthink it for maybe 5 or 10 seconds. And now you're just like drained from overthinking for longer than those, because we think it's 10 seconds and it's really like 10, 15 minutes of you just overthinking it. And it's hard to get back. So when I thought about this, I'm like, you know what? This is something that everybody needs help with, like me included. So what I started to do was, if I know I need to do something, instead of overthinking it, I kind of like sing along as I do it. Like, I put on some music or something to distract my mind, because the mind is so easily changed and distracted and stuff like that. Now, if you're a disciplined person, somebody who's very strict, has to have structure and all that stuff, that probably doesn't apply to you. Maybe it does. But for me, I don't have that discipline of not overthinking, if that makes sense. I have discipline, but I don't have the discipline over my overthinking yet. So as we go about our business, you're going to overthink a post that you're going to put up, and then it's going to become a 2-hour battle of you putting up a post. It could be what you're posting in your story. It could be a picture you're about to take. Like, wait, my lighting has to be just right to hit my face. And those are some of the things that happen when we overthink things. Sorry, something happened on my phone. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so where was I? So overthinking, sorry, I just went crazy. So when you're going to post or message or follow up or anything, and your mind starts to sink into overdrive, and you start to overthink, and you start to doubt, and it's like all the feelings just erupt. When you start to overthink, all the other emotions just pop out. Like, okay, she's already overthinking, let's just give her all the other emotions too. Have you guys seen In and Out? It's a kid movie, but it's so good, okay? And it makes you think about emotions, because just go watch the movie. It's good. Even if you're 50, 60 years old, whatever, just go watch the dang movie. It'll help you relate with what I'm saying. But when I find that things are starting to get overwhelming, what do you guys do when you feel overwhelmed? Just give me an idea. What do you do when you feel overwhelmed? Just type one thing in the chat and just tell me, like, what do you do when you feel overwhelmed or you start to overthink? Yes. Boom. 2 bomb words or phrases. You start to give up. You start to be like, you know what? Maybe this ain't for me. But if you find ways, and that's why I said this is why I decided to do this today. If you decide not to overthink it and you counter it with something. So when you start, because we all know what our triggers are, right? We know. If you know what your trigger is to be overwhelmed, or if you have an idea, put a 2 in the chat. Because I think we all know. I know for me personally, I know when I'm starting to feel overwhelmed or a little overthinking or whatever the case may be. I not so much give up, but you just start to slowly but surely, you go through the stages of shutting down, like, okay, nope, I'm done, nope. And you just start going through the levels of shutting down. Your body's like, okay, she's tired. And you may not even be tired, but all of a sudden you're yawning and you want to take a nap. Been there. So if we can figure out what your trigger is, and it could be something as simple as, I don't know what to say, or I know what to say, but I don't know how to say it. If we would, instead of not knowing, go to someone who could know. We have an entire team page. We have chats that we're in and everything. There's no reason that you should not get an answer. There's YouTube for everything. If you can go in YouTube and type it in, I'm sure it's there. There are so many resources. And for me personally, if I don't know the answer, I go to the person who trained me. If that person's not there, I go to the person who's been helping me. If that person can't help me, I'm resourceful. I'm just going to keep looking around. That person's going to wait. Those people are going to wait. Whoever it is going to have to wait a minute so I can figure it out. Because if you were at a grocery store and you didn't know the answer, you got to wait for that manager to come over, right? At the end of the day, you have to wait for that person. So be resourceful and go and get the answer yourself too. If you know that one of your triggers is, okay, I'm going to go sit down and I'm going to add people, I'm going to message people, I'm going to follow up with people, and you're sitting in a quiet space and you don't thrive in quiet. I know personally, I do not like to sit in a quiet anything. Why? Because I grew up in a house, grew up with my grandmother taking care of me when my mom would work, with 20 other people in the house, and it's super loud. That's why I'm a loud person. People are like, dang, you're loud. Well, that's how I was raised. I grew up, I had to be heard, okay? So now that I only have one child and there are two other adults in the house, I'm like, it's too quiet up in here. So I'll put some music on while I'm doing my work because I thrive on that. I'll put a movie on background noise just so I can, I can get things done. And it's not to say that I can't get things done in the quiet, but I know my comfort level is, girl, put some feel-good music on. Because I'm going to tell you something. When I was promoting to, I think it was Emerald, every time I got on Zoom, I had music flowing the whole time. I didn't care what it was. Music was just flowing the whole time. And you'd be surprised how when you're jamming to a song, how many people you can add, how many things just flow because you're not focused on your task at hand. You're more focused on the music, and you're like, oh, okay, I feel this song, and you start to work a little bit more, and the tasks that are thrown at you, they don't seem as overwhelming. So if you thrive like that, you need to make sure that every time you go to sit down and do an hour of intentional work, that you put some headphones in and you jam to some music and just get some work done. If you thrive on quiet, don't go and get on a Zoom that you know they're going to be playing a whole bunch of music. Don't go into a room where your kids are and, think you're going to get some work done. Wait until they go take a nap. Wait until they're content doing something for 20 minutes, and you can go and sneak away and do 20 minutes of intentional work. But I'm going to tell you something. Don't mistake overthinking as your excuse to not work. Okay? Because I hear people all the time when I say, hey, did you add people? I couldn't add people because I had to do XYZ, PDQ, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I woke up this morning, saw a post that was very popular, and added every female that was on there. It took me 2 seconds. I was in the bathroom, and I saw this cute little video, had 80 hits, and all 80 of those people are now my friends. So no excuses to why you can't at least add friends, why you at least can't put up a good morning post, while, at least you can't reach out to your upline or whoever to get a task or tasks for the day. But that also leads me into I think it was yesterday, be resourceful and go and get it yourself. You guys know what's on a 6 list. If you don't, there are videos telling you exactly what non-negotiables should be every single day. Make sure you get them done. Make sure you get them done. If you can't get them done in a day, you need to reevaluate your day. You need to reevaluate, where can I fit this in? I'm telling you now, you have to make sure you show up for your business, because if you don't show up, it's your fault. If I don't show up for my business, it's my fault. So we just have to stop overthinking things and just go for it. You know what I mean? Like, you have to go for what it is that you want. So if you know for a fact you want to go and do an hour of work, don't overthink it. Do things that will counter your overthinking. So if it's music, do that. If it's quiet, do that. If it's listening to personal development while you do it, do that. Whatever you have to do to block out that voice inside of you that's overthinking. Okay. And that leads me to another thing. We get so wrapped up in our businesses and our lives most of the time that we forget to relax. Like, how many people forget to relax? I'm a mom and I forget all the time. Okay. And this is something that I have learned to start doing. When you've been working your business for a long time, and I'm not saying like month time, I mean like hours, and you start to feel burnt out, don't get fully burnt out, because then you're going to be like, I don't want to do this, I'm going to quit. No, don't do that. Okay. Oh, that's a good quote. Sorry, I get quotes to my phone first thing in the morning. That was a really good quote. I'm going to share it with you guys later. But no, when you start to feel blah, you need to take a break. You need to put your phone down. You need to put your work down. You need to go mindlessly scroll for 10 minutes. You need to go do whatever it is to get you unburnt out. So for me personally, it's hanging out with DJ or my fiance Dion, talking with my mom. What else have I done? Take a shower. Oh my God. Take a shower. It's like you're washing off that bad stuff. Even though, yeah, dirt is bad, but I'm just saying, you're washing all the bad stuff off. It's like when you're sick. Do you know how when you're sick, you just wallow in it and you're just like, oh my God, I'm sick. But then you start to feel better and you're like, I need a shower. And then once you get out the shower, you start to feel a little bit better. That's exactly what this is. So for me, it's jumping in the shower, getting all fresh, loving on me, rubbing myself down with some baby oil or some lotion, and you feel good and you smell good. And then guess what? Don't go right back into work. Okay? Go pick up a book and read it. Or go watch your favorite show. Watch a movie. Take a little bit of me time. And it's hard for mamas. It is hard for red people, because they just want to get up and go. But I'm going to tell you something, red people. You get burnt out too. So you need to take heed to what I'm saying. Period, point blank. Okay. So take the time out. Be intentional about your work. Make sure you're relaxing though, because if you're burnt out, 99% of the time, your business is going to look burnt out 99% of the time. So if you can only be burnt out 10% of the time and 90% of the time you're good, I think those odds are a whole heck of a lot better. If we could have you 100% not burnt out, because I'm telling you, when you realize that you're about to go into that negative, bad mode, if you can just counter it with something else that's positive and good, it's going to work. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be amazing. So the next step of this today is I want us to write down, oh, excuse me, Lord have mercy. Lord, teach me, because we're going to be praying and manifesting to not overthink things and to relax. So we need to think about ways that we can do that, because music and reading and all that stuff that I said is for me personally, but you may be different. So I want you to write, Lord, teach me, and write down what you want him to teach you about overthinking and relaxation. All right. So now we are going to do yes, Lord I pray. Okay, and the last thing today is of our affirmation. So we're going to affirm what we are. We are not overthinking today or any day. We're going to learn to relax, and we're going to learn to take all these tools that we are going to learn to heart so that we can thrive in our business and in our personal lives. All right. So I'm going to give you guys a few tips and then I'm going to let you guys go. When we do our grateful in the morning, I I state the things that come first to my head, especially if I already know the topic. And um, that helps me to relax. That helps me to not overthink it. Because if I say, oh, tell me 6 things you're grateful for, people are going to be like, oh, crap. There are so many different things. No, just 6 bomb things at the beginning, whatever you think of. It could be your cat. I don't care. That's your business. If you're grateful for your cat, be grateful for your cat. Cat might have saved your life one day. Never know. Um, Also, when I say to go and do something to relax, do not take that as me, as Janessa said, that I can go and take a shower that's 3 hours long and be away from my business for a week because I need to relax. No, Janessa did not say that. Now, if you choose to do that, that is your business. That is not what Janessa said. Um, there are a lot of personal developments out there that if you type in overthinking, they will put something up, and it puts things into perspective for that moment. But overall, you have got to figure out what works for you. Because like I said, music works for me, it may not work for you. Reading always works for me. I love to pick up a good book, sit down and get lost in it. Because how many of you get lost, you just get lost in the book, or you get lost in the music, or you just get lost. And that's okay, because your mind now is thinking on that one particular thing, but you're able to do 3, 4, 5, 15 different other things. Because when I first started, I was working 12-hour shifts, so I was like, how can I stay up? And I would put on some music and I would stay up. And when I left my job, it was so easy for me to get up at 5 a.m. still, come downstairs and work my business till 1 o'clock in the morning, because that's what I was accustomed to. Now that I have been home for a while, I have to revamp things. I have to do things different. And I'm so sorry if y'all can hear my neighbor who is pissing me off with this early morning stuff that he's doing. He does this every morning. He like starts up his sailboat or something, but he never takes it out. So I don't understand the purpose of doing it every day. We're not gonna go there. But he's really irritating me. I'm so, if you can't tell, he is. But I want you guys to find your source of relaxation. I want you guys to figure out what helps you, because it's going to come a point where you're going to need it. You may not need it now. You may not need it next week, but you're going to need it. And you have to know, because I'm telling you, I've talked to people who are burnt out. I've talked to people who want to give up. And it's not just this business, it's life in general. They're like, I'm just burnt out. I can't go no further. And I'm like, no, you can't give up. You can't stop. Because just because you stop doesn't mean that somebody else isn't going to sneak in and get what you're trying to do. Okay? Thankfully, with this business, you don't have, it's not like a sales job at a car dealership where you're talking to somebody about a car, but you get tired, that other person comes in and takes it. But you gotta think about it that way. Because what if you start talking to someone and you fall off for 2 days, and that person sees somebody else post the exact same thing and goes to that person? Puts it into perspective, right? You got to make sure that you're okay for your business, for your personal life. That's why we're doing these, because you have to be okay first. At the end of the day, you have to be okay. So you have to stop overthinking personal development, stop overthinking messaging and posting, because I'm telling y'all, it's not as hard as y'all make it seem to be. If you can't figure out what to write out, message your upline for a topic. Pick a struggle. I always tell people, pick a struggle, because people can relate to struggles. So pick a struggle, talk about it, 5 to 8 sentences, be done with it, take a cute picture, boom, done. Now, if you're long-winded like me, 2 paragraphs, that's it. I'm telling you, because people are not going to sit there and watch something all day long. So I don't know how loud this is going to get, because he's starting to get a little amped up over here. So I'm going to say that we're going to end this. But your tasks for today are to, 1, share with your person or your people, because everybody needs to stop overthinking and everybody needs to relax. I don't care who you are, everybody needs to relax. 2, I want you to write a post about your picture perfect day of relaxation. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Put me in that place. And make sure you post it today. You can post it with the pic. If your favorite relaxation is a library to read, I want to see a picture of books. I want the picture to showcase what the post is going to be about today. It doesn't have to be like that all the time, so don't think that has to be the case. And 3, I want you to come up with 4 things that can help you to not overthink and to relax. so that you can go into your business and your personal life this month super strong. We're still in the first week. It's only day 4. You want to start now to combat the things that are to come. Don't wait until the last minute, because I'm telling you, it's not gonna be good if you wait till the last minute. Don't wait till you're burnt out to figure out how to get unburnt out. Have stuff in place. Prepare yourself. And yeah, I'm super excited for you guys. I pray that you guys have an amazing Sunday, and make sure you guys are getting ready for the week on Sundays, because that's probably the most relaxed day of the week. So make sure you're getting your life posts for the week together, your posts for the week together. If you work, you need to make sure you're getting a schedule down pat and be intentional. I love you guys, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.